Shalom, back with part 2. All right. The throne of David, the righteous branch. Let's continue here, shall we? All right. So neither shall they defile themselves, all right, anymore with their idols, okay, which would be what? False idols of worship. All right. You understand that? Okay. And again, that really started when, as in the beginning, before Jacob was ever born, so before, getting the name Israel and being called Israelites, the father of the 12 patriarchs, in the beginning, we were known as the sons of God, okay? Again, princes of the power, Yasharallah, right? So, when you read Genesis, right, the 6th chapter, right, you can start right there from the top, but the key is verse 4, I believe. And it talks about how, the giants who are the Nephilim, the sons of God, how we went, got into heathen women. And by doing so, we got into worshiping their heathen idols, their heathen gods. You understand? And we as the sons of God, that's how we kept falling out of grace. You understand that? Because again, what does the first commandment say, right? Thou shalt have no other God before me, right? You understand? All right. Nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions, but I will save them out of all their dwelling places wherein they have sinned, and I will cleanse them, okay? And again, what cleanses you? This word cleanses you, all right? An example of that is, what is that? Ephesians, right? Ephesians 5 and 6, I believe. Let's see here. Ephesians, what's that? Give me a minute. Ephesians 5:26. All right. That he might sanctify, and sanctify means to be made holy and separate, right? That's what sanctification means. And cleanse it with the washing of the water by the word. You see that? You understand that, people? That's how you are cleansed. All right, is through this word. All right? All right. And there are many other precepts you can go to that prove that. All right? We don't have time for that. That's not the lesson for today. All right. Let's get back to Ezekiel. All right. Okay. So again, and I will cleanse them. Now you know how they are cleansed through the word, like I said. So shall they be my people, and I will be their God power. And David, my servant, shall be king over them. All right. And they all shall have one shepherd. Okay. That shepherd meaning Yahushua, the Mashiach. All right. And they shall also walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them. Okay. And for those of you who don't know that, that's going to be placed in our inner parts. Let's jump to, what is that? Hebrews. All right. New Testament. Hebrews 8. 8 to 10. All right. For finding fault with them, he said, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel, the northern kingdom, and with the house of Judah, the southern kingdom. All right. And remember, we're no longer going to be two kingdoms, right? We're going to be one kingdom. We just finished reading that over there in Ezekiel 37. All right. and not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continue not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. For this is the covenant, right, which would be the second covenant, right? And we're not under that second covenant yet. We're in the grace period, all right? We won't be under that second covenant till what? Till we get our new bodies. You understand? And this will explain it here, all right? When we get our new bodies. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. That's speaking about all 12 tribes now. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my laws in their mind and write them in their hearts. You see that? We're going to have the laws, statutes, and commandments placed in our inner part. We're going to be programmed that way. And I will be to them a God power, and they shall be to me a people. There you go. All right, let's get back to Ezekiel 37. All right. All right. So they shall also walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them. All right. You see that? Because we're going to have those laws, statutes, and commandments placed in our inner part, as we just read in Hebrews, the 8th chapter there. All right. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob, my servant. And again, Jacob is the lot of the Lord's inheritance, Deuteronomy 32:9, all right? Which, that stuff is all throughout the scriptures, okay? Israel, my elect, all right? Jacob, my servant, you understand? All right, like, where do we read that? Isaiah 45:4, all right? Okay, but that stuff is all over the scriptures. All right. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, right? Meaning the 12 tribes, wherein your fathers have dwelt. And they shall dwell therein, even they and their children and their children's children forever, all right? And my servant David shall be their prince forever, all right? What else? Moreover, I will make a covenant, right? See? A peace with them, right? Which will be, part of that second covenant. And it shall be in the everlasting covenant. You see that? You understand that, people? It's the everlasting covenant, because this is the everlasting kingdom, all right? And I will place them and multiply them, right? One will become 1,000. You read that, Isaiah, I believe, in the 60th chapter, all right? Where, Esau, Edom, and the other 16 heathen nations, they're all going to be in captivity, and they're going to be building our kingdom. We're going to be open 24/7, all right? Understand that? The only time they're going to have off is the Sabbath, all right? And they're going to be looking forward to that, okay? So, all right. So I will make a covenant of peace with them, and it shall be an everlasting covenant. See that? Okay, and I will place them and multiply them, and will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore. There you go. All right. Remember, this is the everlasting kingdom. All right. Let me take you to, what is that? We'll come back. Let's go to Daniel 2:44. And in those days of these kings, we're living in those days right now, all right? Shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom, right? Yahushai, okay? The Mashiach, all right? Which shall never be destroyed, okay? So that's going to take place as soon as Yahushai breaks through the clouds, all right? With his chariots there, all right? And the angels, all right? And takes this man, Esau, Edom out, him and his armies, the other 16 heathen nations and their armies. And that won't happen until after, he's put the will on them to send the ICBMs unto America, Babylon the Great. then obviously he'll take them out after that, right? After they do his will, all right? And the kingdom should not be left to other people. You see that? All right? Why? Because we're going to be the immortal God, kings, and priests of the earth. You understand that? So we're never going to see death again. That's only for Israel, all right? That's not for any of the other nations. That's not for the Edomites or the other 16 other nations. That's only for the Israelites. That's part of your inheritance, all right? Okay, but it shall break in pieces and consume. And what does the word consume mean? To destroy, okay? To devour, right? All right? Consume, all right?
Strong's H, 5487. Soof.
Let's see here. To be fulfilled, complete, come to an end. Be fulfilled, complete, all right? Fulfill, consume, okay? Corresponding, all right? All right, let me see. To cease, come to an end, right? All these other kingdoms, right? See? Terminate, consume, to have an end, perish, to be utterly, right? You know, and again, we know what the word means because we look it up in other scripture, all right? And it means to be devoured, destroyed, all right? So those other kingdoms will be devoured and destroyed, okay? You see, because it tells you that right here, all right? But it shall break in pieces, all right, and consume all these other kingdoms. You understand? All right? So they're all, you know, again, when they do their time, right, in captivity, they're 1,000+ years, starting with tabernacles of Edom plus the other 16 heathen nations. Well, after that time is over, the 16 heathen nations, they're going to receive mercy and be in servitude toward Yahweh, Bachem Yahushai. But, you know, the tabernacles of Edom, they're not going to receive any mercy. They're going to be gathered up and they're going to be exterminated off the face of the earth pursuant to Obadiah 1:18. All right? Okay? All right, so let's get back to Ezekiel 37. All right? All right. So my tabernacle also shall be with them. Yeah, I will be their God power, and they shall be my people. And the heathen shall know that I, the Lord Yahweh, do sanctify, make holy, and have separated from the rest of mankind Israel, when my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forevermore. All right? There you go. All right. You know what? Let me see how much time we have. All right. I think that we're going to end this here, and we'll come back with a part 3. All right? And we're going to pick it up in Hosea. All right? So we'll be right back with part 3. All right? And we'll pick this up in Hosea. Shalom.